Hello, YouTubers. This is Tia from Musings of Mystic, and I'm back with another pick a card reading. Today's question is: what is blocking you from your goal? What is between you and your goal? What is between you and your goal? So this is number one, number two, and number three. While you are choosing your deck, I will say that I'm running a deal right now. $20 reading, 25 minutes. So for your $20, you get 25 minutes. It's going to be a pre-recorded reading that you get in your inbox. So please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, tip, and donate, and visit my crystal shop on eBay. All of the information to contact me is down there somewhere. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and get into this reading now? Question being, what I'm not sure if I said this 1, 2, and 3, but it's always 1, 2, and 3 because that's just the simplest thing. I don't want you guys to get confused between videos. So 1, 2, and 3. So the question is, what is blocking you from your goal? What is between you and your goal? What is blocking you from your goal? So deck number 1, which is the hematite tumbled piece. What is blocking you from your goal? Please remember these are general readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Sometimes the readings are more specific, sometimes they are more broad. If you need a personal reading, that's entirely too many cards. If you need a personal reading, I do those through email and Instant Go. Contact me through email, and I'll get right on that for you. What is blocking the seeker from their goal? What is blocking the seeker from their goal? One last time. What is blocking the seeker from their goal? Oops. Got too much stuff going on. King of Cups. Ace of Wands. 5 of Swords. There is some element of... Maybe I should clarify that before I go any further. And there, right there, is... This is the 7 of Wands. It's a person who is defensive. I'm going to clarify the 5 of Swords. You know what? I probably should use a different deck. Because I am already using this deck. I like to use another deck to clarify the deck that I'm using to do the reading. Because I feel like if it's going to clarify itself with the same card, then I don't have that card in the deck that I'm using to do the reading. Swords. You might actually, if you are a spiritual person, like if you believe in magic, if you are a magical person, you might actually have somebody who is envious of you and what you're doing. They might have actually given you the evil eye. They might see all these good things coming toward you if you are the King of Cups. You don't have to be a man to be the King of Cups. You could just be a person who is embodying the energy of the King of Cups. You could also be for some reason I wanted to say earth sign. You could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or have those things in your chart somewhere. And you might have somebody who sees all these good things coming towards you. And this card is called Deception and Envy. And this is the 5 of Swords. This is the card of somebody being nasty and malicious and smug. So you might actually have somebody who put the evil eye on you. And that is what's blocking your goals from coming towards you. Now, if you're not, a magical person and you don't believe in all that stuff, fine, that's okay. Another storyline here is basically the same thing where you might have people around you who are intentionally blocking you. You might have this person coming towards you, you know, but I kind of feel like it's more that you've got some stuff. I feel like this is you, and you've got this being offered to you. And I feel like it's more like this, where here's you, here's the block, here's your opportunities, and here's a person who sees them, and they basically see your opportunity and steal it before it gets towards you because they're envious and jealous of you. This is the underlying energy too. So there is a block somewhere. Now, you might be hanging out with the wrong crowd. You might be with a group of people who they see you trying to do something. They see you being a king. They see you trying to get opportunities. This could be a job because the ones are they're active. These to me indicate work more than the Ace of Pentacles does. This is the Ace of Fire. This is like maybe you were offered a job, but there's somebody around you who's like, oh, I see you trying to get that job. You might actually get it. No, I'm going to sabotage you. You might actually be being sabotaged by somebody in your energy field. You might also be sabotaging yourself a little bit, but I see you more as a king, so I kind of am leaning towards somebody else sabotaging you. Now, if you are a magical person, you might want to get an evil eye charm, do some cleansing work to get this off of you so that you're not being blocked here. This also reminds me of that stick that this person right here is holding. I feel like this person is this. This is all of their stuff. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing now. I see what you're doing out here, as Tony Barker says. I see what you're doing out here. And no, you ain't getting this because I am jealous and envious. So even if you're a Christian person, prayers are spells. I don't care what you say. They're just Christian spells. Somebody can pray for you to lose all your stuff or have your roads closed down. Like they can pray for you to not get stuff, and they can have their prayers answered. Now, it might not necessarily be God who's answering those prayers, but it is what it is. This right here is just so clear, and it's a little scary because the 5 and the 7, they're both cards of somebody stealing. They're cards of somebody being vicious, malicious. They're cards of somebody lying, cheating, sneaking around. They might be also putting mental conflict in your head to make you believe that you can't reach your goals. Interestingly, this seems like it's more outside of you than it is you self-sabotaging yourself, but there might be a little bit of that stuff going on too. But I really feel like it's somebody else. And it's somebody probably wearing a mask. Oh, you think they're your friend, but once you turn their back, or once you turn your back, they take off the mask and become someone else. And they become this person who is intentionally, maliciously trying to sabotage you. And you might be able to identify the person. It's like, oh, they'll be up in your face like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You can definitely do that. I believe in you. I believe in you. But then once you turn your back, they're like, huh, you think you're getting ready to get that job? You think you're getting ready to get out of the hood? You think you're getting ready to get a car? No, 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 because I'm going to hope and pray and basically wish you out of what you might be getting. So what you might need to do is disconnect yourself from some toxic people, some toxic friends. You might need to move. Um, you might definitely need to do some protection in some shape or form. If you're a praying person, maybe you should pray whatever. I think the Lord's Prayer is a general blanket spell that's a blanket prayer that's good for protection. That and the other one, I forget what it's called. Anyway, Psalm 23, 25. I think it's 23. So anyway, guys, protect yourself. You might have a vampire sucking all of your good things just out for whatever reason. I'm gonna put deck number 1 over here so it's not in the way. Okay, guys, if you need a personal reading to see who exactly it is that is causing you all of this Seven of Swords, Five of Swords stuff, I do those through Instant Go and email. If you need more clarity, contact me for a reading. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, and donate, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So, deck number 2. The Green Adventuring. Now, before I get into your reading, I'm going to do this because that other one was, that was so clear. It was clear and it was a little scary. Yeah. All right. So, pile number 2. What is coming toward you guys? Oh, that's not the question. What is the question? What is blocking you from your goal? What is blocking you from your goal? What is blocking this seeker from that goal? Alright, guys, remember this is a general reading. Will not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. Sometimes it happens that way. It just is what it is. No big deal. Whatever that is, I'm just going to leave it there. Over there. If you need a personal reading that only resonates with you, I do those through Instant Go and email. What is blocking the seeker from their goal? Two of Coins, the Empress, and the Page of Cups. You might have children that you are dealing with. If you're a mother, if you're not a mother, maybe you're a father. You got a lot of stuff going on. You just got, your focus is not laser. You might have like a scattered focus, and here's the Five of Cups here. You might have had, I see. You might actually have a lot of stress and overwhelm, maybe a little bit of depression going on in your life. And it's affecting your motivation. I know how it is. When you're depressed, you do not feel motivated to get up and go do anything. You feel more, it's like you feel like you can't get up off the couch. You might have old sadnesses that are just like hindering you. I feel like you've just got a big load of things that you, maybe it's not necessarily your fault that your goal isn't being met. I mean, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't, because it looks like you just got a lot of stuff. Like you want to harvest. This is the card, this of Pentacles, where on the original one, he's out in this field waiting for his seeds to grow. Now, this to me is like you've got goals, and maybe you planted some seeds, but it's kind of hard for you to, and this is, I'm not trying to give you an excuse to continue to not get off the couch and work on your goals, but I'm saying it just looks like you've got a lot of other stuff going on, even if your garden isn't growing as like you got. Let me just a second. I feel like the energy of this pile is getting to me. I feel like you guys don't have enough focus on what you want to do. It's like you've got ideas, you've got things that you've planted, you've got seeds that you put in the ground, and you're waiting to harvest them, but you're not really tending them um, as much as you should because of the low motivation and the depression. Like, I feel like a lot of you guys out there, or you have that symptom of depression where you are just low motivation. Like, that's not grammatically correct, but like you have very low motivation. You might get sucked into Facebook or YouTube. Um, you might be on YouTube watching 10,000 videos instead of going out and working on your own garden. I see that you have a garden. You planted some stuff at one point, but maybe you didn't go back and water it. You didn't go back and feed it. You didn't go back and take the weeds out. And you might have children too that are that you feel like take up a lot of your time. There's the Page of Cups here, and this is the Empress card. So I feel like the page is the Empress's child. Somebody out there might have a child who is developmentally challenged, and you are the main caretaker, and that kind of also puts you in a state where you feel like you've got a lot of stuff on your plate. This is also a card of imbalance. This could indicate a chemical imbalance, which goes back to the depression um, that I mentioned earlier. You might just be, and it's not necessarily your fault that you're depressed. I mean, it just looks like you've got a lot of stuff going on, and that's part of the reason why your goals aren't being met. Unfortunately, it'll just continue if you allow it to continue. Unfortunately, what you might have to do to reach your goals, especially if it's like owning a business or being financially secure or writing a book, you might just have to take care of your kid all day. Go to work at night, and when you get home in the morning, get on the computer and start typing. Use your phone at work to write your book. You have to find the time, even though you have a lot of stuff going on. And I encourage you and I commend you. You know, it looks like you've got a life that you're living because you are the Empress. But sometimes the Empress also gets overwhelmed and stressed out and depressed. It just is what it is. But you might also be a Taurus. The Empress is a Taurus, and your child might be a Cancer. For some reason, I'm getting Cancer. Could be a water sign. So you are the Empress, my dear. You are the Empress. Maybe you gotta work, you gotta take care of the kids, you just gotta focus on other things, and unfortunately, the goals that you've got aren't being reached because of those things. Because you have to make money, and you gotta take care of your kids, and you have to make sure that you eat and take care of yourself and sleep. And there is depression here, but I and you got a lot of stuff going on, but I feel like you're gonna have to find the time somewhere to reach your goals, or they're never gonna get reached. And I know that it's hard, and you don't want to necessarily hear it, but you gotta focus on the cups you've got. On the original card, the Five of Cups, he's got his back turned to his two good cups and his three. He's focused on his three um, spilled over cups. You got to focus on the time that you've got and use the time that you've got wisely so that you can finally go out into your garden and harvest some of your seeds that have grown up and turned to nice, ripe fruit, vegetables, plants. So I know it sucks. I know it's hard. I know when you have downtime, you just want to rest because you've got a lot of stuff going on. But unfortunately, you're going to have to find the time if you want to reach these goals. Now, for some of you out there, this is more about depression and maybe a chemical imbalance that's causing you to be motivation, like have low motivation. Because what I'm seeing here Maybe you're overwhelmed a lot. This is a different storyline, like all on its own, basically. Maybe you are overloaded. You just got a lot of stuff going on. And you're also depressed, which may be being caused by a chemical imbalance. You can see him here. Uh, he's trying to like juggle these coins. On the original one, it's about the same thing, but he's got them in this little strap, and he's like, they're not balanced. They're not even. They're just, he's trying to do this basically. So for some of you out there, it's low motivation. There, it's messing with your emotions. It's the Page of Cups. It's messing with your emotions. The low motivation comes from the imbalance that you've got, and it's not helping you that you've got so much stuff on your. You've got a burden, and you've got over. Having a hard time talking. It's the overwhelm and the stress that might be feeding into the imbalance that you've got. And I'm not a doctor. I encourage you to go see a doctor if you feel like this is resonating with you and you feel like you're depressed. I feel that you should go get a professional opinion and go from there. Now, with that being said, with all of this stuff going on, you're still the Empress. Even if you're low, you're not. You don't have the motivation to do anything. Even if you've got so much stuff going on, even if you're depressed, even if you have a chemical imbalance, you are still the Empress. You are still the Empress. And the Empress is the Empress for a reason. That means you're badass, okay? That means you are badass and you can reach your goals. You just might have to work hard and maybe go get some assistance from somebody else to help you with the motivation so that you can get up. Interestingly, she's sitting on a couch, like get up off the couch and go out into the world and reach your goals. You can do it, my friend. If you need a personal reading, I am doing those through Instant Go and email right now. The deal that's going on is a 25-minute reading for $20. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, and donate. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to keep your head up, take care of yourself, and you can do it. Okay. Pile number 3. Rose quartz. What is blocking you from your goals? Okay. Please remember these are general readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that's just fine. It happens that way sometimes. It is okay. If you need a reading that only resonates with you, I am doing those through email and Instant Go. And right now, there is no wait. You can basically get your reading in about 12 hours. So what is blocking you from your goals right now? What is blocking the seeker from you? What is blocking the seeker from their goals right now? The Magician, Page of Swords, a 3 of Wands. I'm feeling one more. The Strength card is at the bottom of the deck. You might be talking to people and telling them, oh, I've got this goal, I've got that goal, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they are basically try to suppress you. They're like, okay, you got goals, good for you. But is it realistic though? Don't let these people get into your head. Okay? Don't let them get into your head with their words and say, oh yeah, but you got these goals though. But goals don't pay the bills though. But that job do. So don't let them get into your head and convince you that you can't do it. You've got the Magician here. This is the card for people who have goals. They have all the tools they need to make their goals happen. Now, this is also a card of manifestation. You can definitely manifest a lot of stuff. You just have to maybe keep these things to yourself a little bit so that um you don't get confused and confused and convinced that what you want is far fetched. This to me right now is reading as far fetched. It's like maybe you have three main goals and you're trying to find the way to make your three main goals work. And maybe you don't have the best clothes right now, you don't have the best hair right now, the best shoes, the best job, or whatever, but you have definitely planted seeds in the past. But you might be talking to the wrong people about it, and they're coming back to you with some immature back talk like, oh, do goals pay the rent? Do goals pay the electricity bill? Blah, 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 blah. And you're like, well, no, they don't, but I still have goals and I still want to reach them, even if they're not goals that people necessarily support. They're still your goals. And I say go for it. As long as it doesn't harm anybody, you know, as long as it's safe for you and others. This is the strength card. I'm taking this two ways. One, and this is the first one that I said, is that somebody might be trying to like basically make you keep your mouth closed here. Oh, stop talking to me about all that. I don't care about what your goals are. We need money. I need you to go out and get a job. What are you doing? But I'm seeing that number one as this person trying to keep this other person's mouth shut. You're a lion, my friend. You're a lion. Lions should not be tamed, and they generally can't be. So I don't think that whoever this is uh, doing you any favors for trying to make you stop talking about it. Now, as kind of advice, this is more of a you have the strength to do whatever it is you want to do. Now, I'm also seeing this as two different things. Somebody might be trying to manipulate you with their words and telling you, look, what you've got out there is way too, what you're thinking about is too far flung. Like, you're over here, and whatever you're asking about is all the way over there in those mountains in the background. So, what you need to do is focus on what's going on here instead of focusing on what you want to do in the future. Now, I'm hearing their tone of voice. It's kind of like you need to focus on what's going on over here instead of focusing on what's over there, because what's going on over here is important and what's over there is not affecting us right now. So you need to be over here doing this. Now I hear that tone of voice, so I'm disgusted basically. If your goals are safe, don't hurt anybody, and doesn't hurt you, I feel like you should definitely go for that. You should be able to try and find some balance between what you've got going on and where you want to be so that you can go from point A to point B and get where you want to go eventually. Now, the person that's telling you all, like, is I just hear this person in your ear, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't gonna be good. No, 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 no. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, shut up. Just let me be great. That's like what I'm picking up. Just this person that's in your ear, if it's a friend, if it's a girlfriend, if it's your mom, like they might think they've got your best interests at heart, but in all reality, they're afraid. Because if you reach your goals, that means that goals can be reached, which means I'm sitting over here basically wasting my life because I don't have goals. But you have goals, which means that makes you better than me, which means that I'm not worth anything, which means that and they're making it mean all these things because you've got goals. When they could just be helping you reach your goals. And then you can help this person make some goals. You know what I mean? So that you can be great. But basically, I'm just hearing this Tony Baker quote from one of his videos where he was like, there were two puppies. One said something, just snide and whatever. And then the other puppy was trying to get away and was like, "Oh, just leave me alone. Oh, that's truth. Just leave me alone. Why does it matter?" And then the other puppy that was being snide was basically like, "Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I'm going to keep sitting here talking to you in your ear and saying this BS and this, that, and the fourth. I'm just going to sit here basically in your face trying to discourage you." And the puppy that was being discouraged pushed the other puppy down the stairs. Don't do that. But basically what the puppy that was being discouraged did was make the other one stop talking. That might be a little bit um that might be a little bit too much to make sense here. But basically what I'm saying is if you've got somebody chitter chattering in your ear trying to keep you from your goals, get rid of that person if you can. I mean, kick them out of your house or put your headphones on every time they start talking about you and what you should be doing instead of reaching your goals. Just be like, no, I'm not listening to this. I've got goals. I'm going to be great. I don't care what you're doing, but I am going to get what I want in life. So you can sit over there and basically wither away and do nothing with your life, but I got shit that I'm getting ready to do. So don't let anybody manipulate you out of your greatness. And that is basically what I'm saying. I'm seeing that you might have been told that your goals are at a distance, but you already have the seeds planted. You just have to continue to till the soil so that the seeds can be harvested. And that's basically what I got for you guys. Go out there and be great. If you need a personal reading, I'm doing them through instant go and email. I've got a deal running right now where I've got a 25-minute reading going for $20. And I'm not sure how long that's going to last. We'll just see what's going to happen with that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, and donate. And comment below with your stories of greatness. I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta for now.